Did you know that you can use your Instagram analytics to decide what to post in your story next to keep people there longer and to facilitate that engagement? Let's take a look at how to use this. Inside of your platform, you're going to look at the top right-hand corner and see those three little lines. You're going to tap on those and go down to Insights. Now this is where it gets interesting. We are going to scroll down to the spot where you see stories, and you're going to go ahead and click on that. Now what we want to do is change from the last 14 days down to the last 3 months. This is going to give you a pretty good indication of what's working and what's not for you. And then you see that little tab where it says reach. We're just going to click on that. Now here is where it gets very interesting because we can switch around to see our most effective and least effective versions of stories that we're putting out there. So we know what not to do and what to do more of. So let's look. You can see which metric you would like to use. You can see how many times people went back to see something that they missed. That's going to be helpful because it's something that they wanted to see more of. Now you do have things like call button taps and your email button taps. You have exited. Exit is important because that means you've now bored people. They're leaving from your stories and they don't want to see more of them. If you study your exited, you'll know how long is too long for most people or what types of content they don't want to see. And then you can go down to follows, you can go to next story, so people that tapped forward, did they want to see more but not wanted to wait around? You can see if you've been maybe chatting too much and didn't get to the point of your story, or you can see if they just tapped through those photos. So that's going to be a really helpful metric for you. Then you can go to business address taps, impressions, link clicks. This is really important. So if you're trying to send people outside of the app, you can tell which links they do want to go see and which ones they do not. So you can kind of adjust what you're going to be doing to send them to your newsletter or your website or your blog or to another social platform or wherever you happen to be sending them. You can see what is working, where they are willing to leave the app to go, and where they are not, so you can pull back from that. If you find something that you want to send them to, like a blog post, but they are not going there, you got to give them better information, juicier things for them to get hooked on to then take the action to leave. So studying that one's going to be incredibly helpful on how to direct people to leave the app. From there, you can see reach, you can see replies, how many people actually left you replies as you were doing these stories. Those ones are going to be incredible for deciding to do more of. So when you have something where people are replying or they're actively engaging in that, do more of those on a weekly basis, once or twice a week, to make sure you're getting that engagement up. So that replies is going to be incredibly helpful. Now shares is also helpful because that's when people take your story and share it to a friend who needs to see it. These are usually informational, sometimes educational, or sometimes entertaining. It's always educational, and that's going to be really, really good so that you can lean into that. If they're sharing it to somebody, that's good points inside of the algorithm system. You can also see things like text button taps, website taps, and story interactions. You click on story interactions, it's going to take you to your most valuable, and again, you can reset that time frame and you can see what people are doing to interact from there. Now within those analytics, you actually have the ability to go back and you can look at your reels, you can look at your other things inside of Instagram too, but stories is going to be incredibly helpful because that's the day-to-day conversations that you're having with people. That's what you're doing raw, real, and in the moment to engage and interact, and that's where you're going to get the most of your views. Now don't get me wrong, the algorithm will kick out your reels, it's going to kick out your posts, but the true fans, the ones who are going to engage with you and eventually buy from you, are the ones inside of your stories. So these are the ones you really want to nurture. So look at these analytics once a week, a couple times a month, and you are just going to see what's working well for you and evaluate what is not working well for you, and from there you can create your plan on what you're going to say and not say. And you don't even have to necessarily create a plan, an active engaged action plan to be creating your stories, but you can kind of keep a list of like, hey, here are some good things I should be doing throughout the month, and here are some things I should probably stay away with, or figure out how to redefine so that they're more effective. If you want more breakdowns on analytics, how to use them inside of Instagram or any of the social platforms, let me know down below. Hit that subscribe and notification bell. Every day I'm dropping a new video on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, live streaming, and the tools and resources we're creating to use with your easy done with you content creation to save you time and get you back to running your business. I'll see you in the next video.